sled are basically kind of the same concept, only one is a continuous tube system, and this one is actually two separate sheets that kind of slide on each other. Both of these are good for boosting, lateral transfers, pretty much anything that you can think under the sun to move a patient on a surface that goes like this. I don't know the official word. So I'm going to have you guys put that under her.
If you want the most friction-reducing capability, the Maxisled and Ergo Slide probably are the slickest on top of each other. They also are a little bit more cumbersome to get underneath the patient, but you can pretty much, your patient can move themselves on these if they choose so choose. Yeah, let's leave this up here. Okay.
And they both have handles as well. So one of the things just to remember that we might not be doing right now on a regular basis is anytime you use anything with a handle, knuckles up. Because the second you go like this, you're going to be engaging your upper body and your core way more than you should. So if you keep your knuckles up and your hands pointed down and do that, it's going to take a lot of the force off of your upper arms and your upper body as well when you move them.
Make sure to bend your knees, as we said, neutral lumbar spine. Sort of point in the direction where you're going to go, so you avoid doing this kind of boosting activity, and step with the top. So Sue, Kai, when you guys bring her up, just make sure and step into it. Don't twist and torque your spine. Just step into it. Keep your knees bent. And one other thing, what are we forgetting here?
Trendelenburg.
Always Trendelenburg your bed. It's amazing what kind of a difference it is. So.
Trendelenburg on a lot of these beds, and patients are going to be like, oh, I can't tolerate it. They can, if like ICU patients can tolerate it for the most part. Regular, just everyday patients can definitely tolerate it. It's not for long, and gravity works with you, so go ahead.
She can pretty much, well, why don't we slide her back and we'll show you how easy it is. She can practically, with one finger on each side, step into it. Okay, so we'll put the arm rails on.
It's like a slip and slide. Flat.
If you Trendelenburger here.
So where do you take this?
That you guys should have on your floor. Well, and most floors have them. Some floors you'll have to order. Now she can just grab up on the side rails here if she wants. Just give yourself a little pull. You don't even need to help her if you don't want to. You know, it's so easy. Such reduces the friction so much she can practically do it herself. So. Well, once you get her flat, then you'd have to roll her and get her out.
That's the only kind of inconvenient part of these, the green and the two slides that we have here. They don't stay under the patient. They're not breathable. So for the people that you find you're constantly boosting and stuff like that, this is just another kind of tool in your tool bag if you want a way to kind of boost and reposition people. And like if you're getting her up, it's great. You know how their butts always kind of get stuck and then you have to wrench them around to get their legs hanging over the edge of the bed. Just a little something like this underneath their butt will make turning them to the side of the edge of the bed so much easier. So it's kind of one of those just extra little tools. What else do you have?
So do we want to, why don't we roll her and get her off of there, and we'll do the breeze sheet here. Make sure and ask her to do the roller. You don't reach across and grab her and roll her. She does as much as she can do for herself. So as with the breeze sheet, if you guys can come a little closer if you want. Right? Are we recording all this? Yeah, why don't we get you down here where we find our patients at the base of the bed most of the time.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
One other thing we didn't address was when you're boosting your patient, make sure that you get the bed at about hip level. Now, if you're taller like me and then there's a shorter person, it's at the shorter person's hip level. The taller person probably needs to get down, but we don't want Sue getting up on her tippy toes to try and or jeopardize her back by getting in a bad position, right? So.
Side rails always down. It doesn't matter how short they are. Even something that's an inch higher than the bed that you have to reach over and leverage your body over is going to hurt your back. And then with these There is a different technique that we want you guys to kind of understand with boosting somebody up, and it's actually with your knuckles up. We're so used to grabbing those chunks and then just kind of throwing them up in the bed. This action is going to really hurt you in the long run. So if you look over here, she has the sheet already kind of bunched up and rolled, and her knuckles are up, and she's going to boost her like that and step into it, rather than using the force of her upper body to kind of toss her up in bed. Better for the patient, better for your body.
Now, so remember to Trendelenburg the bed. And the other good thing about the grease sheet is you can keep the work a little closer to you instead of reaching out and jeopardizing your back a little bit more. So make sure and take a step and sort of hold her down with you guys. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Bend your knees, cross your arms. Yeah, there you go. Bending your knees is another biggie. Okay. There you go. Now, the nice thing about these grease sheets is, yeah, they do stay on the bed at all times. So, as Amber was saying, when you're trying to get somebody off the bed or pivot them off, there is a friction-reducing device into there. It works really well when you're bringing her to the side. And just grab the sheet and maybe an arm and just pull it that way instead of grabbing an arm and using your whole body weight to get her up. So instead of pulling her, you're more sliding her to the edge of the bed.
Everything that we're showing you guys here is going to be able to have an x-ray shot through it as well. So to get x-rays behind people that are in bed, bed-bound, and can't really lift their front half off the bed, it helps getting those x-rays in behind them as well.